Hey everybody, what's going on? Frankie Love coming at you. In my last video where I reviewed Clash of the Titans, there was so much more that I didn't talk about that I should have talked about because it's important about this movie. Uh, but anyway, let's review. Kevin Glassberg, no good dirty Jew, doesn't show up. Kevin, when we go see Iron Man 2, guess who's not coming? You. Okay? Now, let's move on. You go to the movies and there's commercials. Um, Commercials. Now, I don't mind it too much, but do I really have to see a commercial for the movie I'm going to see? Do they really have to show a commercial for Clash of the Titans at Clash of the Titans? And, okay, you gotta see J.C. Penney, this commercial, that commercial, and then, you get that little thing that tells you to silence your cell phone. And then it's dead silence and the stupid thing is stuck on the screen for 2 minutes. Hello, start the freaking movie, because you know damn well you're going to show us 15 minutes of trailers before the movie starts. Now, that's right, we're still talking about Clash of Titans. Okay? Now, here's more stuff about Clash of Titans. If you look closely, right there, you see Pegasus? You know, the white winged horse? Well, this movie was a little bit different. There was a scene where there's a bunch of Pegasi, white Pegasi, and then out of the sky comes this big black monstrosity. Boom! Towers over all the little white horses, and it's a black Pegasus. And in this movie, that's right, Pegasus the winged horse is black. Okay. Look closely. Okay, you see the big scorpions? They were in the movie. See the two-headed dog? Nah, he wasn't in the movie. Look, the owl that we talked about. He was in the movie, and it was really him. They must have dug that out of the archives from the 1981 movie. Then, now you gotta keep in mind that, Perseus had to go see the three witches of Eastwick, before, he could go kill the Kraken, because only the witches knew how to kill the Kraken. Okay? Witches didn't look like they looked like in the first movie with their eyes sewed shut. Nope. They had no eyes. They kind of looked like something from that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Total Recall. And in this one, the eye wasn't a glass ball. The eye was actually an eye. Yes, that's right. The witches had to see out of an eye that was an eye, unlike a glass ball from the first movie. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not ragging on this movie. Clash of the Titans. But the simple truth is, it was a lot better than I expected. Could it have been better? Sure. How could it have been better? Kevin Glassberg could have shown up like he said he was and come to the damn movie, which is why he didn't, which is why he's not coming to the next movie a bunch of us are going to go see, Iron Man 2. And you know what rhymes with Iron Man 2? Yeah, you know, Kevin, but I'm not going to say that in that movie, in this video. You know what I'm saying, Kevin? But you know where I'm going with this, Kevin. You really do. Anyway, let's talk about other things. Okay? Andromeda in this movie, not as hot as Andromeda in the first movie. Andromeda naked, partially in the first movie? Nope, not in this movie. Zeus? Yeah, better in the first movie than this movie. It was just, it was cool, this movie. The special effects is what pretty much helped make this movie. Now, but you gotta remember one thing. This movie came out in 1981. So, considering this movie came out in 1981, it was pretty awesome. Okay? Another thing. Okay? Now, that only... because I really don't remember if I mentioned this in the first movie. Not only did I get ripped off by that Jew Eisenberg, besides Kevin Glassberg, for a $4.50 hot dog, I guess, I don't know, the American Coca-Cola company or the theater itself for a 450 20-ounce bottle of water. But my friends, okay, they got little bags of popcorn, probably the size of the popcorn that you put in your microwave. $6. $6. Now, also keep in mind that, you're in a mall, so you gotta pay for parking. Alright, 6 hours of parking, 450. I could deal with that. I really can. But 450, same price, okay, as I parked for 6 hours for a little hot dog, and then another 450 for a bottle of freaking water. I mean, what is this world come to? Yeah, now keep in mind the ticket, which I don't know where it is because it's on this big sheet of paper. That was $11. No, I'm sorry, it was $11.50. Plus, the Fandango fee because you're pre-ordering. That was another dollar. So let's see. Let's get out the calculator. $11.50 plus $1 plus $4.50. Oops, nope. Yeah, minus $4.50 because we don't want to do $450 plus $4.50 plus another $4.50 plus I got a coffee. That was $2.33. That can't be right. Let's try this again. $11.50 plus 1 plus $4.50 plus $4.50 plus $4.50 plus $2.33. $28.33 to go see a movie. One person. $28.33 for one person to see a movie. DVD was $10. When the DVD comes out, it'll probably be $20. So, tell you, folks, dead serious. When it comes to movies, unless you know it's really gonna be a good movie, like see this summer, The A-Team. The Expendables, maybe? That movie with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stallone, Bruce Willis, and all those other guys? Yeah, go see that movie. Iron Man 2. I guess you can go see Kick-Ass. I know I'm going to regret saying this, but A Nightmare on Elm Street. Movies like that, go to the movies and see it. But really, honestly, don't waste your time seeing any other movies, unless they're really going to be good, because why waste your money when about 3 months later, give or take, you can buy the DVD and it'll cost you less than it did for you to go to the theater to see the movie, and you have the movie to keep. Anyway, I'm Frankie Love. I'm out. This has been part 2 of my review of Clash of the Titans. Y'all have a happy Easter. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna do my morning run once it actually gets light out so I can see something out there, because there's so much fog you can cut it with a knife. But after that, I'm gonna go rabbit hunting, kill a rabbit, bring it home, and roast it and have it for dinner, because that's what I do on Easter. I'm Frankie Love. I'm out. Peace.